A day on the farm starts early and ends late. There are chickens to feed, cattle to tend to, a family to raise. It's hard work, but Sheila Hamilton wouldn't have it any other way.
Life was good. I married the man I love. I felt good. I had 2 kids while we were out there, and I had energy, and it was a good life.
When you look at her now, it's hard to believe that a few years ago, Sheila Hamilton could barely lift herself out of bed, let alone a 50-pound bag of feed. In 1993, Sheila began to notice a drop in her energy level. She was tired all the time and experienced muscle aches that could not be attributed to a day's work on the farm.
I felt like I had the flu, and I couldn't get rid of the flu. I ached all over. I was just tired, and I felt like I had the flu. I went to the doctor, and he told me I had the flu. My joints started to ache. I did used to have mild bouts of depression, and my depression got worse, and things weren't getting done around the house. I was very cranky.
During another visit to the family doctor, Sheila was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, a disorder linked to chronic fatigue syndrome, with symptoms similar to rheumatism.
Every joint in my body just ached. I would get burning pains in my feet. My calves would have sharp, like someone was sticking a knife or a hot knitting needle up my calves.
Sheila's doctor prescribed anti-inflammatories for the aches and pains in her muscles and joints. To deal with her fatigue and depression, she was given Prozac in the morning to wake her up and another antidepressant in the evening to put her to sleep.
I wasn't sleeping at night. I was waking up in the morning more tired than when I went to bed, feeling I hadn't slept at all. I was having violent nightmares, just horrific nightmares, full color, just horrible things. I would get up in the morning as late as I had to in order to get the girls off to school on the bus. I would go back to bed. I would get up in time to give the cows a couple bales of hay. I would go back to bed.
She would sleep for a third of the day during the day, and then at night she wouldn't sleep at all because of the pain.
I tried to be very brave for her. I tried not to let her see me cry, or I tried to take my problems somewhere else instead of bringing them home.
And I'd go in and wake her up, and sometimes she'd be, "Oh, good thing, thanks for waking me up, let's go do something," or whatever, and then other times it was, "Why'd you wake me up, leave me alone."
I would put a sign on my bedroom door, and one side said, "Do not disturb," and the other side said, "Let's party," and it would depend on how I was feeling as to which side I put out, and when the girls came home from school, they would know whether to wake their mother.
I almost felt that I didn't want to go look at the door. Then I didn't have to know how bad she was feeling, because I knew when she was sleeping, she was very bad.
Unfortunately, there was no prescription for the guilt Sheila felt, being unable to take better care of her family.
You lose all sense of wanting to be around and feeling wanted, or that they should have to put up with you. And it was a real sense of desperation.
If all this wasn't enough, Sheila was diagnosed with osteoarthritis and told that her hands would be crippled within a year.
And that was just devastating, because I used to knit and sew, and I used my hands a lot. And to care for my children, I needed my hands. It's just very devastating to feel so sick all the time and not have a moment of relief. The medication didn't work. Nothing worked.
Her doctor's response was to change the dosage of her existing medication or to introduce new ones. But her own illness was not Sheila's only concern.
Erin is a chronic severe asthmatic with innumerable allergies. She would get out of bed in the morning and she couldn't walk because her knees ached so bad. She would be walking on her tippy toes so that she wouldn't have to straighten her knees. She was also getting severe stomach aches.
When Sheila took Erin to the doctor, she was told that what her daughter was experiencing was normal.
He said the knee pains were because she was a growing girl, and the stomach aches were that all children have stomach aches. It's a normal thing. Quit worrying. She's a healthy, growing child. I left that office feeling that a healthy, growing child can walk normally, and does not double over in stomach aches and is not living on 3 kinds of asthma medications.
It was at this point that Sheila resolved to look for help elsewhere. The decision brought her and her daughter to the office of naturopath Dr. Wayne Stanke.
I was very, very nervous because he asked so many questions, like, what do you do during the day, and what's your normal, what do you usually eat, and just questions like that.
What Dr. Stanke was doing was looking for clues beyond Erin's apparent symptoms. Based on her answers, he decided to change her diet, give her a toxic cleanse, and put her on vitamin and mineral supplements.
Within 2 weeks of him changing her diet, she was walking normally and she had no stomach pains. The stomach aches were from foods that she was eating, and her knees, he felt, were caused by her body depositing toxins into those joints.
Seeing the positive results in her daughter gave Sheila hope that Dr. Stanke could do something for her.
Sheila's biggest complaint when she first came in was really complaints of achiness, complaints of low energy, not feeling good about what she was able to contribute to her family, to society.
I said, make me feel good enough that my children don't remember me as a sleeping, sick, bad mother.
Dr. Stanke's first suggestion to Sheila was to stop taking her medication. His second suggestion was a change in diet.
Sheila's diet was a fairly restricted hypoallergenic diet. It involved going with no wheat products, no grains really for a period of time, no dairy products, eliminating certain types of citrus fruits, eliminating periods of high carbohydrates and high sugar, eliminating a lot of red meat, pork, beef, really simplifying things in the terms of just vegetables, more rice, small amounts of protein and fish, beans, lentils.
Dr. Stanke also designed a regime of nutritional supplements, including vitamins and minerals, and she was given a system cleanse to remove toxins from her body.
Within 2 weeks of doing the dietary cleanse, I wasn't aching anymore. I wasn't as tired. I wasn't sleeping all the time.
Within the next few weeks, Sheila began to feel better. Gradually, she felt her energy returning, and with it, the ability to look after her family and her farm.
It was like I was given a new life. I had energy. The bookwork was getting done. The bills were getting paid. It was just things were starting to roll along. I was having fun with my kids.
She had energy to come outside and do something with us.
Mom greets us at the door. Erin has so much more energy. Both of them have so much more energy. It's completely different.
Sheila's experience with Dr. Stanke had prompted a complete change in lifestyle. The Hamiltons have begun selling organically produced chickens and are raising their cattle on organic feed.
When we realized what the chemicals we were consuming were doing to our bodies, it just didn't make sense to be putting them into our bodies or our land or our animals. It is a better lifestyle because we are looking at the whole picture. We're looking at everything that goes on around us and how it affects us and everybody else. It's just a healthier lifestyle and a happier lifestyle.
Everybody's healthy, everybody's happy, got energy, nobody's mad at each other. Like, mom's happy and I'm feeling better.